Let's take a look at the Mad Men cast from their earliest days to today. Who would you recognize on the street? Starting with Jon Hamm, who brought to life the iconic Don Draper. Now 53 years old, Jon was 41 when he first appeared on Mad Men in 2007. While Hamm's breakthrough came with Mad Men, he had a number of odd jobs before hitting it big. He once worked as a waiter, and he even drove a limo. On set, Jon had a great sense of humor and often teased the crew. A lesser-known fact is that he didn't immediately land the role of Don. He actually auditioned multiple times. And get this, Jon Hamm never smoked a single cigarette in his life, yet he had to learn how to smoke for Don Draper, which was no easy feat since he had to light up in almost every scene. Jon's intense commitment to his character was clear, and his on-screen presence was amplified by how much he worked on Don's emotional depth.
No, we're actually just having a conversation. Is that okay?
Today, Jon remains one of Hollywood's most sought-after actors, often balancing acting with producing roles. Next, we have Elisabeth Moss, who played the ambitious Peggy Olsen. At 41 today, Elisabeth was just 25 when she took on the role of Peggy in 2007. Before her breakout role on Mad Men, she had already starred in The West Wing. Elisabeth is known for being incredibly methodical about her craft. For instance, to portray Peggy's transition from secretary to copywriter, she actually learned shorthand. On set, Elisabeth was always the first to arrive, often staying late to perfect her scenes. An interesting tidbit: she had to wear a wig in early seasons because her natural hair didn't fit the period style. Elisabeth also had to fight for Peggy's lines to show her growth, and at one point, she argued with the writers to make Peggy's character more independent.
I brought you some things. I guess sort of getting to know you kid.
Today, Elisabeth is still going strong, with a celebrated role in The Handmaid's Tale, and she's even stepped into producing. Vincent Kartheiser, who played Pete Campbell, is now 44 years old. He was 29 when he began his role in 2007. Vincent had an interesting way of staying in character, especially since Pete was known for his dramatic moments. On set, Vincent often stayed in character between takes, much to the confusion of his co-stars, who would be chatting in the break room while Vincent remained Pete, cold and distant. He also had a bit of fun on set by pranking his co-stars, including Jon Hamm, with his offbeat sense of humor. Vincent was known for improvising moments with Pete that were sometimes even more dramatic than the script. He was very hands-on in creating Pete's character arc and often discussed Pete's motivations with the writers.
At Sterling Cooper, we've been pioneering the burgeoning field of research. And our analysis shows that the health risks associated with your product is not the end of the world.
Now, Vincent continues to work in TV and film, and his roles reflect his range from drama to comedy. John Slattery, who embodied Roger Sterling, is now 62 years old. At 45, Jon was already a seasoned actor. When he joined the cast in 2007, before Mad Men, he had starred in Desperate Housewives and several films. Jon was known for his charming yet laid-back persona, which was evident in his portrayal of Roger on set. Jon was also the cool uncle to many of his co-stars. He had an easygoing attitude that made him popular among the cast, but he was also a true professional when it came to his work. One fun fact is that Jon had a tradition of playing practical jokes on the set, especially on the younger actors. He would sometimes steal props or hide scripts just to keep the set lighthearted. Jon's natural comedic timing often brought a unique dynamic to the scenes with his co-stars.
Well, gentlemen, I don't think I have to tell you what you just witnessed here.
Today, Jon is still active in the industry, directing and acting in various projects. Christina Hendricks, who portrayed Joan Harris, is now 49 years old. She was 32 when she started in 2007. Before Mad Men, Christina had been part of several TV shows, but it was her role as Joan that truly propelled her into the limelight. Christina's portrayal of Joan was a delicate balance of strength, vulnerability, and charm, and she worked hard to ensure that her wardrobe choices truly reflected Joan's complex character. Interestingly, Christina didn't initially want to be known for just her figure. She insisted that Joan's character be more than just her looks. On set, Christina would often go out of her way to help the crew, making sure things ran smoothly behind the scenes. Her relationship with her co-stars was incredibly close, and she was known for throwing impromptu dance parties between takes.
Means he starts making up words. Can someone freshen this?
Nowadays, Christina continues to take on diverse roles, from comedy to drama, showcasing her immense talent. Jared Harris, known for playing Lane Price, is now 63. At 51, Jared joined the cast in 2010. He was known for bringing a quiet, understated intensity to his role as the British financial whiz. A little-known fact, Jared had a very specific way of preparing for his role. He actually spent time researching how British men in the 1960s would interact with American colleagues. On set, Jared had a reputation for his dedication, sometimes staying late to perfect his scenes. One of the most interesting things about Jared's approach was his method of dealing with Lane's tragic arc. He often spent time reflecting in solitude, allowing the sorrow to naturally build in his performance. Jared's deep understanding of Lane's struggles made his portrayal all the more heartbreaking.
The loss of Highline makes Lucky Strike 71% of our billings. It's an untenably insecure position.
These days, Jared continues to shine in both TV and film, including his role in Chernobyl, where he earned critical acclaim. Jessica Paré, who played Megan Draper, is now 43 when she joined the series in 2010 at 32. She brought a youthful and energetic presence to the show. Megan was Don Draper's second wife, and her character was often portrayed as innocent yet cunning in her own way. Behind the scenes, Jessica was incredibly down-to-earth, often striking up conversations with the crew. She would regularly visit with other actors to keep the morale high. Jessica also had a hand in developing Megan's backstory, suggesting that Megan could have been a French-speaking character, which led to the unforgettable scene where Megan sings in French. Interestingly, Jessica is also a talented singer in real life, which made that scene even more natural for her.
And you've never seen me throw a party. Everyone's gonna go home from this.
These days, Jessica is still busy with her acting career, taking on roles that showcase her ability to portray complex characters. Robert Morse, who played the legendary Bertram Cooper, is now 93 years old. When he joined the cast in 2007 at 78, he brought a sense of wisdom and gravity to his role. Robert's background in theater made him an invaluable asset to the show, and he was often seen as a mentor to the younger cast members. One of the more amusing facts about Robert is that he was known for his flair for the dramatic. He would often improvise his lines, adding an extra layer of eccentricity to Bertram. One particularly memorable moment on set was when Robert managed to get the crew to laugh between takes by breaking character and telling old Broadway stories.
I always thought it was Sterling who was responsible for the Navy attitude around this place.
Today, Robert's legacy in both theater and film continues, and he's remembered as one of the greats of his generation. Kiernan Shipka, who played Sally Draper, is now 24. She was just 6 when she began the show in 2007. Kiernan grew up on set, and her progression as an actress mirrored the character of Sally, who matured through the seasons. A fun fact about Kiernan is that she learned to type on a manual typewriter to make her portrayal of Sally more authentic. On set, Kiernan was known for her incredible maturity. Even at a young age, she was often found reading through the script, trying to understand Sally's evolving relationship with her parents. Kiernan also developed a special bond with Jon Hamm, who was like an older brother to her, offering advice both on and off the set.
Daddy, Daddy, wake up, it's my birthday.
Today, Kiernan continues to take on diverse roles, notably in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina, where she showed her versatility. Aaron Staton, who portrayed Ken Cosgrove, is now 42. He was 31 when he started playing Ken in 2007. Ken was the charming yet often overlooked member of the Mad Men crew. Aaron brought depth to the character, particularly in the way Ken balanced his personal and professional life. On set, Aaron was known for being one of the most relaxed actors, and he often helped his fellow cast members get into character by discussing the intricate details of their storylines. He was also known for his sense of humor, and he'd often lighten the mood between takes with impromptu comedy.
You could ask her to join us. I might soften her up a bit.
Now, Aaron remains a familiar face in television, taking on a variety of roles across different genres. Rich Sommer, who played Harry Crane, is now 46, at 30 years old when he joined Mad Men in 2007. Rich was the kind of actor who brought his character to life with wit and humor. Behind the scenes, Rich was known for his commitment to the role, especially when it came to perfecting Harry's awkward, yet ambitious personality. Rich had a particular fondness for creating small Easter eggs in his performance, like incorporating quirky mannerisms that were not scripted. On set, he was also a source of comic relief, often cracking jokes to ease the tension of long filming days.
You're married now, right? I'm a part of that club too. 2 very happy years.
These days, Rich continues to work on both TV and film, and he is just as dedicated to his craft as ever. Christopher Stanley, who played Henry Francis, is now 58 when he joined Mad Men in 2008 at 44. He brought stability to Betty Draper's life. On set, Christopher had a deep understanding of Henry's role, and he spent a lot of time discussing his character's emotional journey with the writers. He was also an advocate for making Henry a more complex character rather than just Betty's second husband. Off-screen, Christopher was known for his easygoing personality and often acted as the mediator between co-stars. These days, Christopher continues to land roles that are as layered and nuanced as Henry's character.
What's the problem? Is she sick? I would have come and gone.
Finally, we have January Jones, who played Betty Draper, Don's first wife, now 46 years old. January was 29 when she first appeared in 2007. Her portrayal of Betty as the icy, troubled housewife was iconic, and she was praised for her ability to convey Betty's emotional turmoil beneath her perfect exterior. January's off-screen personality was very different from Betty's. She was known for her dry sense of humor, which often caught her castmates by surprise. In addition, she was one of the most devoted cast members, often researching her role and discussing Betty's motivations with the directors.
You're right. Because it doesn't do anything!
Today, January continues to thrive in Hollywood, taking on new and exciting roles in both television and film.